Well, good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. It is 3:08 Central Time, 4:08 Eastern Time here on Saturday, February the 15th. We have another little system diving down our way, but you can see as it moves closer towards us, the dry air that we've got in place is starting to eat it up. So not a whole big event happening for us tonight, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Today's video update being sponsored by High Voltage Mobile DJ Service. You can call Nathan at 630-9465 or visit him on the web at djhighvoltage.com. Okay, folks, let's get right into the data here. You can see the radar as it's moving down our way, and again, if we just throw on the local storm reports here, you can see some fairly impressive totals for this 2.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1 inch as it moves through here. Don't look for those local storm reports for those type of totals to come down our way as we take this in. As I zoom this in here, let's just kind of, here's what I'll do. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Let's just throw on the current temperatures on here. You can see temperature-wise out here, yeah, they're in the 15s, 17s, but look at their dew points. Their dew points are only 2 and 3 degrees apart from where they are, so that's allowing the snow to fall down. Take a look at our temperatures here in southwest Indiana, though. All right, we're talking 25 here at the Huntingburg Airport, 23 up here at the Davies County Airport, the Evansville Regional Airport down here at 27. If I just put on the dew points, you can see a wide disparity, 10 degrees or so in some cases. And so as this snow moves in over us, the air is not saturated yet, so the snow will actually not fall completely to the ground. You may see a few flakes here and there, but not a heavy snow rate by any means. The column's going to have to get saturated first before any significant snow starts to fall to the ground. By the time that does, the system should be pretty much out of our picture is what my current thinking is. Let me show you that on the models. We'll take a look at the HRRR model again. This handled the situation very nicely yesterday, and as you can see as I just put this into motion, here it is coming towards us, but then watch how the HRRR literally just breaks it apart. And again, that's that drier air that I just showed you literally eating this storm alive. So if you believe in snow totals with what the HRRR says, it actually gives us absolutely nothing here for southern Indiana, and just from some very minuscule amounts for northern Indiana. High resolution NAM is a little bit not quite as high resolution as the HRRR, but on the same vein for it. You can see it sort of breaks this apart as well as it moves in. It holds it a lot together, a lot more than what the HRRR does, but still breaks it apart fairly much. And even with it, it gives a dusting to up to maybe a quarter to a half an inch over parts of us at the best. You don't even get closer to an inch until you get closer to central Indiana. So right now, this does not look like a big event. I'm leaning more towards what the HRRR's accumulations are, because I think this is pretty much on trend, and based on the way the dew points are, I think this thing is going to totally fall apart as you see. And of course, as I put the radar back into motion, that's exactly what you see. Look how wide the precipitation band started out, and you see it just narrowing with time the closer it gets towards us. So, and that's going to be a trend, and I think you'll be able to see that pretty clearly as it moves over us tonight. So if you actually just go to southernindianaweather.com, and well, I got it hidden up here by something. Here we go. My apologies here, folks, but if you go to southernindianaweather.com, here you go. You can click right up here on interactive radar, and you'll be able to track this live as it moves in. All right. So and sometimes you'll see it's got it down into the area. These are very light return amounts. I don't have those same return amounts showing up on my regional radar that I'm showing you here, because I don't have the sensitivity turned up quite as high as what the interactive radar does. A lot of this would not be falling to the ground. In fact, most of it's not going to. But again, you see just sort of that very narrow band as well. This is all sort of working its way down like this. So as you go through, well, I didn't mean to hit new tab. I meant to, well, my goodness. Okay. Well, my thing's not working here, folks. Hold on just a second. And it's not working because I didn't have my screencaster showed on here. My apologies, folks. But just to illustrate with you, this is sort of the direction of movement that the band of snow is moving down. So, but again, I think the accumulations with this are going to be pretty minimal at best. All right. Be sure to use that interactive radar. It's there for your benefit. All right, let's talk about the pattern for the rest of the week, because it's a good one. And here we got on the GFS model, there's that very light snow accumulations moving down. And then you see some rain moving in here by the time we get into Monday. And actually, some of the rain could be a little bit heavy at times, so we'll have to watch that. Especially, we may have to watch out for some flooding as we get some of these, some of our heavier snow totals up to the north. They've got some pretty impressive snow totals up there. So we watch for some potential of a little bit of light flooding with that. I wouldn't be surprised. At best, it's going to be a muddy mess when some of this starts to melt. Temperature-wise, we're looking to go into the 50s and upper 40s next week, maybe even into the 60s in the 7-day outlook. So if that takes place, we're definitely going to get some melting, but the rain will certainly wash most things away. And then just really quickly, you see we've got more rain potentially to contend with on Thursday as well. Behind this system is one I'm watching, and here we are on next Saturday, a week from today, February the 22nd. All right. We've got a major warm front and cold front moving through here, a pretty powerful low pressure system. Been warning you several videos now about the potential for severe weather around the 21st, 22nd time frame. Models have now slowed it down a little bit more to the 22nd. Again, this is nothing set in stone, but something that we want to keep an eye on, because look at the temperatures for that time frame. And I've showed you the temperatures on this before in some of the previous model runs, how they've been, you know, sometimes the upper 60s, sometimes the low 60s. Now we're into the upper 50s. So it's going to, you know, the models are going to work itself back and forth, but anytime that you get this warm with a big system moving in, you've got to watch out for what could be severe weather. All right. And I see that potential with this. I don't see it as strong of a potential as I saw it a few days ago, but the potential is still there. And you know, we're 8 days out now from this, so the reality is it could easily pick up. We'll be monitoring this over the coming few days, talking more about it as the time comes on, but just keep that in your mind that we may have some strong storms to contend with next weekend. All right, southernindianaweather.com, you can get your 7-day forecast. I forecasted a high of 29 today. We only made it up to 27, so the snow kept us down a little bit more there. We do have that chance of those snow showers moving in tonight. Again, that's a 100% chance that it's going to move over us, but it's probably only a 30-40% chance that you'll see much of it fall from the sky. So you'll see it on the radar start to overtake the area, but then you'll look out the door and you're wondering why it's not snowing. Again, it's that dry air, and that dry air is going to be sort of a savior for us in some ways, because it's going to be eating that snow up as it comes in. The column's going to have to saturate first. By the time it saturates, it's going to be moving out, so that'll be a good thing with that. High around 33 tomorrow, partly cloudy, and then on Monday you start the warming trend up a little bit. Finally, we're almost to 50 with some rain, breezy skies and warmer, and then some nice sunshine. Next week, Tuesday, is going to be the pick of the days, by my opinion. Mostly sunny, warmer, a high very close to 50 there as well. And then look at this. I'm even forecasting 62 by the time you get late into next week. Don't have Saturday down the outlook yet, but again, upper 50s, low 60s looks likely for next Saturday as well. And we're going to watch for the potential for some severe weather and see where that goes. All right. Last thing I want to mention, thanks everyone for sending in all of your snow total reports from the storm that we had yesterday. My forecast verified pretty nicely. I was a little off, as you can see. Pretty much the trace to 1 inch is where I expected that rain-snow mix to start to really mix in and limit accumulations. And so points right along the Ohio River had absolutely next to nothing. You had some wet snowflakes, and hence the trace reports. But that actually, from the way things look for the most part, that rain-snow mix really stuck more closer towards the I-64 corridor. But otherwise, everything performed fairly nicely. So, hey, it's nice to be able to get one right. Snow forecasting is incredibly challenging, folks. And by far, it's more challenging than talking about severe weather or anything else. It's the most, snow forecasting, I think, is the most challenging of all aspects of forecasting, in my opinion. So, thanks for everyone who submitted your reports and your support, and really helps me to keep you guys safe and informed as best we can. All right. That is the latest for this video. I'll have a longer video out tomorrow. We'll talk about more of the longer range and the extended period and what to expect. But again, just a little bit of light snow potentially to deal with tonight. But if you're going out tonight, I don't expect a ton of travel problems with this, because again, I think most of it's going to get eaten up. All right, folks, that's it for tonight. We'll have another one of these tomorrow. For Southern Indiana Weather, I'm Meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great night, folks.